Does Taiwan stand a chance if China invades? What if China suddenly invades Taiwan? Can this small island nation really fight back against the world's largest military? Or will the war end in just a matter of days? This is one of the most critical questions in geopolitics today. Because if something happens to Taiwan, it could trigger a much larger conflict. This is not gossip. Here, the discussion is clear and honest. If you want to know about things that are rarely talked about, hit that subscribe button. You'll be helping spread awareness in a big way. Taiwan is a small island with a population of over 23 million, but it sits at the very center of Asia-Pacific geopolitics. On one hand, Beijing claims it under the One China policy. On the other, the world sees Taiwan as a democratic nation with its own government, its own economy, and a powerful tech industry. But the real question is, if China invades Taiwan, does the island actually stand a chance? To answer that, we need to break down the military balance, geography, Taiwan's strategy, the possible role of allies, and most importantly, its impact on the Philippines. 1. The size of China's military power. First of all, it's undeniable. China has the largest military force in the world. They have nearly 2 million active troops, thousands of fighter jets, warships, ballistic missiles, and a nuclear arsenal. If we only look at the numbers, the gap is huge compared to Taiwan's roughly 170,000 active troops and a relatively small navy and air force. But remember, in modern warfare, numbers alone do not decide the outcome. 2. The geography of Taiwan. One of Taiwan's biggest advantages is its location and terrain. If China attempts an amphibious invasion, it won't be easy. Every ship and aircraft approaching could easily be detected and targeted by Taiwan's defense systems. In short, Taiwan is like a natural fortress. 3. The Porcupine Strategy. Taiwan knows it cannot match China's military numbers. That's why it relies on what's called the Porcupine Strategy. Like a porcupine that's small but covered in painful quills, hard to attack up close. This means Taiwan focuses on building defenses that are extremely painful and costly for any invader. They have anti-ship missiles such as Xiongfeng and Harpoon, air defense systems like Patriot and Skybow, and mobile rocket launchers that can strike while remaining mobile. Add to this the use of drones, cyber warfare, and intelligence sharing with the US-4, the high-tech edge. Beyond weapons, Taiwan's strength lies in its technology. As home to TSMC, the world's largest semiconductor manufacturer, Taiwan has access to the most advanced microchips and AI systems. This isn't just for the economy, it also powers defense from cybersecurity to precision targeting. In case of conflict, Taiwan could use its high-tech edge to disrupt China's command and control systems. 5. The support of allies. One of the biggest questions, will the US and other countries come to Taiwan's aid if China invades? Under the Taiwan Relations Act, the US is obligated to help Taiwan defend itself, even without a formal mutual defense treaty. And with EDCA bases in the Philippines and US alliances with Japan and South Korea, this could quickly turn into a regional war, not just Taiwan versus China. If the US Navy and Japan's Maritime Self-Defense Force join in, China will struggle to dominate the seas and skies. 6. Morale and the will to fight. Taiwanese determination should not be underestimated. For them, this isn't just an army versus army conflict, it's a fight for their freedom and democracy. Many military analysts believe Taiwan's strongest weapon is its will to fight. History shows that even a small country, if determined to defend its freedom, can be incredibly hard to conquer, just as the US learned in Vietnam and Afghanistan. 7. Taiwan's limitations. But let's stay realistic. If Taiwan faces China alone, it will be very difficult to hold out for long. They might last weeks or even months, but eventually, they could be overwhelmed. This is where the US and allies come in. They would be the game changers. If they don't act, Taiwan has little chance of survival. If they do, this could spark a wider war, potentially even the start of World War III. 8. Possible impact on the Philippines. If China invades Taiwan, it won't just be a problem for the US or Japan. First, under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, US bases in the Philippines, such as those in Cagayan, Pampanga, and Palawan, could be used as staging grounds for US forces. That means the Philippines itself could become a target of Chinese retaliation. Second, if China takes Taiwan, its control over the entire South China Sea will expand. This could mean stronger Chinese presence in the West Philippine Sea, more ships, more aggressive actions, and heavier pressure on the Philippines. Third, we must not forget our people. Thousands of Filipinos work in Taiwan. In case of war, they would be the first to suffer, losing jobs, being forced to evacuate, or facing direct danger. On top of that, the Philippine economy could be hit hard due to a global semiconductor shortage and rising prices. Finally, if China controls Taiwan, they will be just a short distance from Luzon. Literally, just around the corner. A major security threat for the Philippines. If you want deeper analysis on global conflicts like this, and their possible impact on the Philippines, don't forget to like this video, comment your thoughts, and of course, subscribe. So, if we ask, does Taiwan stand a chance? The answer is yes, because it holds the advantage of geography, advanced defense technology, and determination. But the bigger question for us Filipinos is this: is the Philippines ready if this conflict spills into our backyard? Because if Taiwan falls to China, it's not just Taiwan that loses. Democracy, Asia-Pacific security, and the global balance of power are all at stake. And most of all, the Philippines will be directly affected. Our economy, our territory, and the future of our people.